Oh, my setup is wrong. What am I doing? There we go. Perfect. Alright. Yeah, I'm streaming. I'm streaming again. It's Tuesday, I think. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday. I don't know how I, like, forgot that it was Tuesday suddenly, but no, it's definitely Tuesday. So last time, I tried to make a little, app for... Well, I tried to, connect the PureScript side, the front end, with the back end and all that as we build our business logic out here. And I came to a realization off stream that this actually has some pretty big problems. This doesn't work. So what's happening here is React, or in this case I guess Halogen, is great for creating single page applications, right? But every time you return something from one of your routes in Rocket, if you're not returning index.html, then it's just gonna load a different page. So you basically don't really get a single page application that way. And I did actually look into this. My computer crashed recently, which is why all of my stuff just disappeared. So that's cool. I like when my computer crashes. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin. Apparently, yeah, you have to return index.html for all routes. One way you can do that apparently is to add some kind of like rank 1 or something here. I actually don't know how that works. I didn't check that too thoroughly. But yeah, it also seems like some people like to create their front end, like their React application, as its own web server, and it communicates with the back end through like requests. Like it acts like a client, and the back end acts like as like a server. So yeah, that's kind of interesting, and I didn't know that was the case. Apparently you can run everything on a single port and have just sort of like one combined application. You don't have to have like two different like web servers running. That seems like the route I would like to go down, but again, that was for React. There is a Reddit thread on this. I can't find it anymore, so yay, that's great. I know it was... yeah, I don't know. It was something about Rust. How about we look at Rocket, React? There's a lot of... So there's a lot of... well, maybe not a lot, but there are some blog posts out there like this one that are like, yeah, here's how you set up Rust with React. And they just kind of... They get you kind of to the point where I'm at, and then they kind of just leave you hanging there. Because they're like, oh yeah, create the React front end. All you have to do is like, build it and create an index.html, and then, point at the script that's generated by React. So everything should be fine, right? As long as you just load the index.html and the Rust. And actually, no, it's not that simple, because in React you have your own routes and stuff there. If you want to actually react to certain things on the page changing when you click on stuff and the route changes, then like how are you going to do that, right? And it's just not... It just doesn't seem like it's that easy. So I'm going to try to do this stuff with React, since Halogen seems to be very simple. Or not simple, it seems to be very similar, sorry. But I honestly don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this off. Dockerize Rocket, Diesel, and React starter template. Really? Okay. Yeah, this is old. Rocket doesn't force you to use nightly anymore. Tide, I don't know. Routes, yeah. Rocket. Yeah, there's a lot of different frameworks. I just chose Rocket because I wanted to try it out, because it was it recently became usable and stable, and there's been a lot of people who've come to the meetup semi recently and also very recently who have been talking about Rocket. Not too many people come by talking about Actix, surprisingly. I mean, like, sometimes people mention Actix, or like the drama around Actix, or the drama that was around Actix, and yeah, not I don't know too many people who actually use Actix in real life, so that's it's kind of interesting. I know most people are coming from like Flask and stuff though, and they like Rocket when they see Rocket, so it kind of makes sense. $3 years ago. This is probably a bit outdated. Okay, well this is kind of cool. I did not know about this. Yeah, I didn't find this the first time. What is Diesel? I've heard of Diesel before. I don't actually know too much about it. I think it gives you like yeah, some kind of like safe ORM for query building. I don't think we're using Diesel. At least not until later, maybe, because I don't really need to use a database unless we start caching seeds, which we might do. It's on like the future work to-do list. But right now, yeah. Using create React app. TypeScript on the front end, Rust on the back end. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. I like what I'm seeing. Open local hosts. Okay. Port 3000. Windows, whatever. It's not like I'm on Windows. Oh, wait. But I'm using Git Bash, so hopefully we'll be able to avoid the Windows specific issues here. I don't know if I'm going to use this starter specifically, because it does seem like it uses TypeScript, but I think I can base my solution off of what they have here, because I kind of was hoping for a bit of guidance in this area, because I don't actually know how to set up the PureScript side of things. I actually still don't know if that's possible. Like, I might have to switch from Halogen to Thermite or some other like React bindings, because I've seen the documentation for React for making all this stuff work. I haven't seen any similar thing yet for PureScript or Halogen, I mean, specifically. So yeah, I might need to do a bit more research there. But yeah, this could end up derailing this sprint pretty badly. I mean, that's okay, but it's not nice. Definitely will impact our velocity pretty significantly. Samples of useful commands. Docker compose. Okay, so this is just telling us how to use their Docker compose setup. That's Docker Diesel usage. Calling the API from React can be seen in web source app.tsx. Okay. So yeah, I think that they do create like a separate front end web server for this. Is what is the feeling that I'm getting from how they've done this. Webpack. Okay, this is going to be interesting. API server. Is there... Okay, it's not here. I'm probably going to end stream at like 9:30 because I have other things I have to do today still. I only really want to stream for an hour. Web. This is what we need. What is all this? This has to be auto-generated, right? This has to be auto-generated. Oh boy, no, I don't want to look at all this. I need to look for app.tsx is what they said. So it's in source, app.tsx, here it is. I'm going to guess this is going to bind to... No, they're just not... Oh, they're not doing any routing here, I think. Really? Okay. That is interesting. Or at least it's not... They're not routing in... Oh, I know, they... I think they do. Fetch... Yeah, this... Fetch / API? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't just guess at things. How about we look up fetch React? Oh wow. How to fetch data? Fascinating. But if this is fetching stuff from the Rust server, then yeah, I think this has to... This is living as its own, like, standalone server. Okay. I'm just trying to think, like, what do I want to look at? Index.tsx? There's nothing there. Oh, wow. I kind of want to look at their Docker compose, honestly. Okay, so yeah, it is 3 services. They have their web server, and they have the Rocket stuff here. Okay. Yeah, I guess that works. That's really interesting that they don't seem to be doing any routing on the... Yeah, on the front end. So I guess it doesn't really, like, react to anything, huh? To get started, edit source / app.tsx and save to reload. Okay. Huh. I'm guessing you can also, like, do posts. Like, send post requests. That would probably make sense. Yeah, here we go. This is that same one. Fetch. Okay. Well, this is a good reference, at least. It's a good, it's a good project to base my solution off of. I mean, yeah, sure, I could just, like, use this and switch over to, like, TypeScript and everything, and I'd still be using, like, React and all that. But I kind of want to explore what this would be like using pure script. I mean, it seems like a lesser known, lesser used case, and it'd be fun to just, you know, do some more functional programming. So I guess I will just try and base my solution off of what they're doing here. Or do something similar, at least. Okay. So that means I need to create, like, a halogen app somehow. So something similar to this, but with halogen. Then I need to be able to, like, call, like, fetch, and I'm guessing there'll be, like, a post request too. I have no idea. Post request, I guess. Yeah, I need to think about this a bit. Okay, so what am I trying to do again? We're trying to make, like, a download button, right? And that was kind of the main problem we ran into last time. Try to add, like, some kind of well, yeah, we want to make our, like, submit button either double as a download button or, like, take us to a page that lets us download it, or just or something, right? Like, we wanted to just not have, like, a solid, like, static download link sitting there. You know what? I think I'm gonna leave this. We're gonna research this another time, because I kind of want to just move on. I want to do the business logic stuff, get that out of the way. This stuff, I mean, it's something good to keep in mind, and I think it's something worth investigating next sprint, maybe, but I feel like this is just going to be wasting a lot of time. I kind of want to at least stick to what we have in our sprint. So let's just pretend that there are no issues. Everything is fine. Nothing is ruined. Halogen stuff can wait. That's going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of research required there, I think. But I'm up to the challenge. It's certainly going to be difficult, but hey, I don't do things that aren't difficult. That's just how it is. I don't pick up tools that are, like, really easy to use generally. Which, you know, Might be bad, or at least they're not like easy to pick up at first. And then once you get used to them, then they become like really awesome. I'm not just gonna pick up like a hard tool for the sake of it being hard. Otherwise, I just like pick up brainfuck and just write everything in that, right? Like that'd be insanity. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just try and move on. So we're gonna insert the logic here. That can just be like a regular function for now. Give it the ROM file. We have to return... We absolutely have no choice but to return the index.html here. There is a solution for that, but I'll have to look into that again later. Actually, what do they do here? What are they doing for their API server? Because they have to be using Rocket, so... Oh wow, look at this. Look at these routes. There's like hardly anything here. Index. How far have they taken this template? I mean, I guess it wouldn't be that hard to add the appropriate stuff. Yeah, just to make sure that you always return the index.html whenever you do like a request. Well, no, but then this is returning... What? How does this work? Because this is using index. How? Hello from Russ with a database connection. But they're not actually using this database connection, right? Like, this is just a template, so... I don't know, maybe I shouldn't look at this too much. I mean, there's definitely some interesting and potentially useful stuff there. This is the thread I was looking at before. So... Again, I'm getting distracted. I don't know, this is a very interesting problem. I just need to... Because I don't know, I feel like it could be a showstopper in some ways. Well, not really a showstopper, but it could be pretty bad. Very risky. I kind of want to deal with that first. But I don't think it'll risk any of this stuff, any like the business logic stuff, so I think we're fine. I really do. I really do think we're fine. I hate to say that, but I think we're fine. Oh, that's not what I wanted. So to randomize this, we first have to... I don't know, we have to like shuffle the world. Where are we gonna get the config from? I guess we can like load the config stuff here. No, the config comes from the form. Okay, so we're gonna do like some kind of like extract config. We're gonna give it the form. Or some subset of the form data. I don't know. We haven't opened any buffers today. I actually want to open up that file. Config. Yeah, we have load config, which is static, and it returns a config struct. Yeah, we can do this, I guess. So if we import config in our main, what? Can I delete this, please? Thanks. Config. Yeah, we have a config struct. We should be able to call something like config load config, because that's what we were doing before. That should give us a config. We're gonna pass that in here, I guess. Randomization should be pretty simple, I think. I think we're gonna return unit, so we can get rid of this. Alright, what else we got here? We also have this randomizer module that I was thinking of getting rid of. I might do that still. Probably algorithm, right? Algorithm needs to use graph. So we're gonna call the randomizer algorithm. We're gonna pick one and we're gonna like use that one. I think that makes sense. Just trying to think a little bit here. Yeah. That doesn't sound unreasonable to me. Oh, we need a hub struct randomizer, entrance randomizer, I guess. This returns a result T. Okay. Impl randomizer algorithm. For entrance randomizer. Right, this is just whatever we want to whatever we want to return. I guess it could just be like a vector of edges or something. I don't know. I have no idea what this is going to look like right now, to be completely honest. We're just kind of putting stuff down for now. Or it would probably be a graph. Probably would be a graph. We're going to return a graph. A randomized one, I think. And then we'll use that. Yeah, we'll return a graph. Let me go get that graph. So you see how our modules have that dependency, right? It kind of matches our diagram that I had before. Do I still have the diagram? No, I don't. But I can bring it up, I think. I don't know what the website is. I don't want to just type random things in. Yeah. So our Rocket API, our main module is going to talk to the config loader to get the configuration. Oh, we don't have an RNG module yet. We should do that. We should add that at some point. So we add this, then we talk to the randomizer. The randomizer returns a graph, right? So that's the relationship there. That graph ends up going back here. But this module doesn't need to know the type graph at all, as far as I know. We could probably add an arrow here, but After that, it should just pass that graph directly to the ROM writer, and ROM writer should do whatever it needs to with the graph. So I think this actually needs to talk to graph as well. But we'll update the diagram a bit later. So yeah, look at this thing. We have game graph. Game graph should implement graph, but it doesn't. I'm trying to think here. So the game graph implementation ideally is not something that we refer to in our interface, but it's something that we can talk about in our implementation of our entrance randomizer if we want to. Yeah. Also, we have these edge indices still, which I'm not sure I want to keep around. If I want to abstract that out a bit more. Still haven't decided on that. That's okay, I guess. It was graph, right? No, I'm in graph. It was algorithm. Not really though. Can I return an impl graph? Or I might have to box the graph. Or I could convert the graph into some common format and return that instead, so I can avoid boxing entirely. That's actually probably smarter. Okay, so for now, I think we'll just leave this as a vector of, I don't know, pairs of U sizes or something. I know it's not the best solution, but we're probably going to change this later. For now, this is just to kind of lay out the groundwork for something here. Of course, this is an impl, so we want to actually return something here. Speaking of, I think what I want is to return nothing at all. There we go. Do that, so that'll panic. What was calling algorithm main? No, not randomizer. Yeah, I'll call entrance randomizer here. Wait a minute. Randomized game is what it's called, right? Okay. Was that a... Oops, algorithm. No, that was actually static. Okay. Right. Yeah, it doesn't take self. I mean, I could. It's just an empty struct right now, but I think this is okay for now. Honestly, it could take the data, like the ROM, like the config, as an argument for like its constructor, and then we could call like .randomize game on that, and I think that would make sense. Instead of passing in the config as like an argument of the interface itself. That's one way we could do it. Would not be opposed to that. At the very least, let's get this in here. So we've got that config. Yeah, I suppose this is not really that necessary. We could actually have done elbow. Like we could have just taken self instead. That is true. We don't need the semicolon anymore. Oops. Let's say config. It's just a config. There we go. We'll put the comma at the end just because. Why not? And we'll just take the reference to self because you don't really need anything else. There we go. So now it has the config, presumably, whatever it is. And that should be good. Oh, it should be just fine. I suppose we could make this public, just to make that easier to work with. I mean, I don't really care if that gets mutated or not. Might actually want that ROM file. Actually, no, I don't think we need the ROM file. The ROM file is just for writing. Right, we only care about the config. And then... Okay, yeah, actually we can just do that since that should be fine. I did import entrance randomizer. Yes. And that should import its data constructors as well, because this is Rust and not Haskell. You don't have to do the dot. So now that we have our randomizer, we call randomizer dot, I don't remember the name, randomize game. You know what? I'm doing this a really dumb way. There we go. I don't have to jump back and forth like that. That's insanely silly. Like, really, just do this. Just do this. That gives us the edges, and then we'll pass the edges into our implementation. Yeah, so I actually don't even really need this randomize function here. It's just I thought it might be nice to have that, but we could do everything all in here. I don't think it's going to be a super long function or anything. Although this does return a result, so some error handling required there. Yeah. We might have to do like anyhow error. I wonder how that would work with this, because this returns an IO error. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe you can return an anyhow error. I'm not sure if that'll work, but it's just a thought. It's possible. So now that we have the edges, we create the ROM writer, I guess? ROM writer. Oh wait, what am I doing? I don't actually have that open, so we want to open open that up. This takes a mutable reference to self. Takes some shuffled IDs. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I guess those would be the edges or something. I don't know. No, actually, those would be like node IDs. Yeah, I don't know why. I thought they were edge IDs. Well, it doesn't really matter. I'm returning a tuple of U sizes for now. This returns an anyhow result. Okay, that's smart. Door data maps. Yeah, we got that from common. Where do we create these? I guess that comes with the result of the randomizer or something? I actually don't know. I think that might come from the config, actually. That's stuff that might come from the config. So again, we need to actually... Why is this mute self? I have no idea. I think it's because we hold onto the file or something. This has to be public, by the way. Pub struct rom rom file. So file. We have to use standard fs file for that. I don't want to put that up here. Doesn't matter because I'm gonna run Rust fumped on this anyway at some point, so I don't care at all. This, sure, not mute. This can be public, I guess. We can get it. We can set it with a different file. Later I'm probably gonna remove this. Or we could just not be lazy. Just right. Takes nothing. Return self. Let's take this. Okay. ROM file. ROM file. There. Now we don't have to worry about that. Because I'm pretty sure we're never going to want to give access to this thing anyway. We'll just do this. Really basic stuff. So now that that's taken care of, we should be able to create the randomized, or the ROM, which implements ROM writer. And that'll do it, I think. I do believe that will do it. We do need to get this data somehow. Honestly, I think for now we'll just comment that out. I don't think that matters too much. We'll figure out what we need exactly later. I think that does make sense, but for now, this is probably fine. Okay, so take our ROM, new. We need to import that from crate. We could actually put all this stuff together into one thing, come to think of it. Ah, no, what am I doing? ROM writer. You know, I could have just called this ROM. That probably would have made more sense than ROM writer. But it's just a rename. It's not a big deal. I think we might need to import the traits as well to call the methods appropriately. Not sure, but probably. So we create the ROM, we give it the file, which we do have right there. I think it has to be mutable because we're writing stuff. to the file, to that ROM. ROM dot write randomized ROM. You know, I like that better. This is a little too verbose for my tastes. Oops, that is not what I wanted. There we go. Yeah, call it randomize. We'll call this... Oh, we didn't even do the impl for the ROM. Okay. Well, we'll do an impl for the ROM. Get that in here. You know, I kind of like the trait being at the top. Kind of makes sense to me. We have the trait up here. Find the ROM down here. Boom, boom, boom. ROM writer for ROM. And we just implement the randomize function like this. Very good. So now we have this. We have to give an actual implementation, and of course our implementation is just going to be unimplemented for now. Well, there we go. I think that covers the basic business logic level stuff. It's not that much. There's not really too much to it. We just want to load the config, randomize the game based on that config, and then take these edges, pass them into here. Oh, I just realized I can pass that in here. Yeah, that makes sense. That would be like shuffled IDs or something. So more like this. We'll just call these actually, did I must have imported string ID from somewhere, right? String ID comes from common. It's a string. Okay, so apparently we return strings. I guess that makes sense. Sure. Well, does it really make sense though? I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's a little bit... I mean, string IDs are easier to read, so like when you're writing the configuration file, it's a lot easier to understand what's going on from that. But I'm not sure that we actually want the IDs to be strings, but I don't know. I think that's how I wrote the JSON originally, unfortunately. So we might just have to live with that. Yeah, not sure. Didn't really think that one through. That's okay. That's not where I want to be. I want to be in the ROM writer. Yeah. Apparently these are strings. Well, it said string ID. I mean, I should have realized they were strings based on that alone. Door data maps, I don't care about right now, really. Yeah, we have ROM. We have the shuffled IDs. Seems to make sense. We'll keep these as string IDs, I guess. That's unimplemented. I think we'll do something like that. Oh wow, look at all this space down here. My goodness. Yeah, because this returns a unit otherwise. We'll unwrap this, we get a unit back. That's fine. Oh, and so because we're doing that, then we need to okay that. Yeah. Because this needs to return a result. I think we're going to return anyhow. Anyhow result. Unit. That's how anyhow works, right? Like, pretty sure. Yeah, anyhow works like that. Do I have anyhow? I don't. Well, it's a good time to use it. Use anyhow. Result. There we go. Very good. Actually, I don't need to do that because I'm referencing it anyway. Yeah, that's fine. I forgot the arrow because I'm silly and forgetful. I can create a constructor for the entrance randomizer that's better than this one. I don't need to do it that way. I can do it like what I did for ROM. Create the ROM, randomize, give it the edges, or not edges. These should be shuffled IDs. Shuffled IDs. There we go. We'll go to randomized game. Sure, why not? That's under algo. Yeah. Error result. Why? What? I have my own custom error for this? I guess so. I guess we can lift that into like an anyhow error later. Yeah, that's fine. We'll use string IDs. String ID. There we go. String ID. We might even change that into its own like type or something. I don't know. It's like it's just a vector of pairs. Yeah, it literally is just a vector of pairs that need to be swapped. So that kind of makes sense, maybe. It could be a hash map instead, but I'm not too concerned about that. Oops, it would be common, right? I could just do this. Common error, and then get rid of these. And I guess we want to import string ID specifically. Okay, this is looking not too bad. So for our error type, we're gonna actually need to oh, do I even have the error module in here? I do. Yeah, I have like my own empty enum for this. I mean, that's a start. Randomized game is gonna have to return some. We're gonna have to like dot into this or something. I don't know. I'll worry about that later. Yeah, because here we get an IO result, and I kind of want to return an anyhow error. Anyhow result. So that would be interesting. Loading config. How about config? Is that... yeah. That might need to... This might need to change to return an error. I think we can have errors loading the config. I think that would make sense. So I'm gonna... anyhow error this, I guess? Now, what kind of sucks about this is we're not gonna have the luxury of being able to use applicative functors for this in particular. That's kind of sad, but oh well. I don't know what else we can really do, because we had to do some kind of validation here. I think it just makes sense. Okay, that's fine. Let's import anyhow, like so. Right, and this has to be static like this because we don't have a config yet. We don't get the config until later. I think that makes sense. I think this makes sense for now. Yeah, I'll stick with this plan. Alright, so that's pretty cool. I want to switch this out, the entrance randomizer. Let's go back to algo. Again, I'm stuck in the same window for some reason. I don't know why I do that. The same split. I should just change splits when I need to, but I just don't do it. I just refuse to do it. Bad habit, I guess. We need a pub fun. New. Config. Takes a config. Self. Honestly, this config stuff is getting kind of repetitive. I might just remove that. I don't know. We'll leave it for now. Why? Because I'm lazy? Don't do that. I should have just pressed R. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. That works. Oh wait, no it doesn't. We need to actually construct it. That gets confusing sometimes, because that first self is actually part of the signature. But no, yeah, we need to do this. Just checking to make sure there aren't any actual like tabs in here or anything. Good. Alright, this looks really good. I'm very happy with this. Let's go ahead and go back to main. We'll just get rid of this. Oh, what? I'm on the wrong line. Of course I am. We'll just new. Give it the config. Oh yeah, I didn't open parenthesis. No wonder. Okay, there we go. Now we have our randomizer. We've created that. Looks good. We call this. This returns some kind of result type. You know what? We can move. We can just inline all this. We don't need to. Yeah, this is short enough that I think this is totally fine. And there we go. Now we've coded everything against our interfaces. I don't think this is going to work as it is. We're definitely going to have to pass in the config somewhere around here as well, I think. But this should work for the most part. Let's get a terminal going. Let's cargo build this. Cargo build this sucker. See where all the errors are, and then we can try and fix them. Not gonna fix all of them today, but yeah, I think we've got we've kind of got our base logic going now, which is nice. Very happy with that. Also, I think we can get rid of this. Alright, we've got a few errors. Let's check those out. Uh-oh. Doesn't have a size known at compile time. Oh, really? Okay, am I not allowed to return self from a function like that? Not. Because that could be a problem. That could definitely be a problem. Or we could restrict self to be sized, where we know the size of it statically. I think we will. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I'm going to go with that. That might be a horrible mistake, but I think I want to go with that. Because the user's not going to be inputting variable length data, as far as I know. What kind of options can they input anyway? Let's think about that. There could be like flags for like turning on like OCO mode. There could be the type of randomizer. That could be like an enum. I think it's unlikely that we won't know the size of our data. Because, yeah, we're not allowing people to just, like, add random things, like, arbitrary things. As far as I know. This might be reasonable for now, but later, if push comes to shove, I guess I'm not really opposed to just boxing. It's one of those things where it's like, do I box or do I not box? And I hate those situations because it's like, but I don't want to box. I hate boxing. Sometimes you just gotta do it. Sometimes you just have to. We'll give this a try. Huh? Wait, that's on line 6. Oh, it wants this bound here. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, it should be in both places anyway, I think. Or we probably don't need that. We can probably just say config here. And that will probably be okay. It's probably another error still, I think. I mean, this should be more errors because of the anyhow stuff, not, yeah. Oh, right, this needs a... Yeah, that needs to be like that. Okay. Whoa, hold up. Phone type unit. That was part of ROM writer, I think. Okay, I gotta stop streaming soon. I think this task is just about wrapped up, though. This is looking pretty good. Wait, what? Main. Okay, never mind. I was completely looking at the wrong file. Buffer 41 doesn't exist, of course, because I'm trying to do 2 different things at once. We'll jump to line 41. Oh yeah, this thing's empty. Huh. How about that? Because we didn't actually delete the function itself, but we don't need that, so that's gone. That should give us 6 errors now. 5 errors. Cannot infer the type. Oh. What did I do? Line 30. Result type is empty because, right, this actually needs to be a named file because I have to return the index.html. Or I could do the thing that they're doing in that other project. And then I don't know if I have to return an index.html at all. Then at that point I'd have no idea what they're doing. But I'm pretty sure this is something I need to do. Yeah. The named file probably, we're actually, then we don't actually want to do that at all. Just want to do this. And then we return an okay. The named file stuff, I don't remember how that works. I'm going to have to look that up. Yeah, I actually don't remember what that is. Oh, but I want the docs that I have, so I need to do like a cargo doc -p. I think no, it's -open -p rocket. I think. I hope I got that right. Does it have to build it every time? That's weird, because I'm pretty darn sure that I've already built this thing. No, that's kind of weird. It's kind of sketchy. Like, I'm pretty darn sure I've already written, or like already built this thing. Okay, well, in the meantime, while the docks are building, I guess we can. Oh, actually, I can't look at the other errors. Okay, well, the other thing we can do is like admire how beautiful this code looks because it's nice and flat, right? There's no like crazy if-else stuff happening here. There's no crazy like indentation. Like this looks nice. This looks really, really nice, and I generally find that that's a good sign that your code is kind of like top level-y, or you know, that you're writing just business logic, because your business logic generally isn't gonna be doing like a whole bunch of like loops and stuff. Well, it might. There might be some cases where it has to, but you're kind of writing your code at this sort of higher level where you're only working with the abstractions. You're not directly calling, or you know, you're working with the abstract stuff. That was kind of the main point. So we're like calling load config, randomize game. We're calling mostly just trait methods here. So that's pretty cool. I don't suspect that adding this named file stuff is going to cause any issues. But yeah, I generally find that when I'm writing Rust code, it generally kind of ends up shaping up like this, and all the crazy indentation and stuff, all the uglier code is just kind of relegated to the implementations of these traits. Just 10 more. Just 10 more. Yeah, I shouldn't have done it this way. I should have looked at some of the other errors before I started doing this. That was kind of dumb. Oh well. I didn't expect this thing would have to like rebuild all the docks all over again, because I already built them. I already built them before. I wonder if there's a flag you can use to just like reuse the stuff that's been cached. Like, assuming that it gets cached. I don't know. It'd be really silly if it didn't. I have to imagine it gets cached. I just don't know how to use cargo to generate and cache docs and open the cache docs instead of rebuilding again every single time. There we go. Holy cow. You know, I could have looked at the example. That's probably what I needed to do, come to think of it. But I don't know how to just like create one of these. Named file open path.await.ok. Alright, that's what we need. So let me look at this again. Named file open. You give it a path dot await dot ok. In this case, the path is index.html. So we just need to do this, I guess. Oh wait, that's... I think OK converts a result into an option. We don't want that. We actually don't want that at all. Let me, Uh-oh. Nope. That's bad. Okay, I need to repaste. I need to recopy this. Or I can just type it out. No, I want to copy it. 。 paste. There we go. So it was not static, it was front end. And we don't actually need to join anything because we know where that index.html file is going to live. It's going to live right in front end index.html. So this is unnecessary in its entirety. And I think that's good. I think we're good. I'm going to pass that here. I don't know why it's mutable. I guess they need a mutable path for some reason. Maybe because of the no, that doesn't make sense. Oh, because they're doing a path.push. Yeah, I don't think so. Don't think so, buddy. We'll just do that. That'll be fine. Then we have to convert that last line into the... Well, we have to convert all of these into the appropriate error type. I think we want an anyhow result. I think that will work. I'm not sure, but I think it will. I want to try it, though. Nope. Okay, does not like that. Kind of going overtime here. Struck with similar name. Oh no, not this again. Not this again. Oh boy. Oh. How did I fix this last time? Oh, this needs a semicolon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those errors are caused by syntactic errors in the within the procedural macro. Those are not the best errors I've seen, I have to admit. Responder is not implemented for anyhow error. That is a problem. That is a very big problem. Okay, so we need to implement the responder trait for that, but we can't do that because that's because then we'd be implementing a foreign trait on a foreign type. Unless they have like a feature that allows you to implement that on an anyhow error, then I don't know if there's a good solution out of this. There might be a feature that you can turn on that allows you to work with anyhow, but I don't know. Yeah, we might be stuck just... We might have to create our own custom error type. Probably one that just wraps anyhow error as like a new type wrapper. And that way we can avoid the trait coherence problem. I think that might be our only solution. Honestly, I think that might be the only solution. Because I can't implement a foreign trait on a foreign type. That breaks coherence. So I guess that's what we're gonna do next time. Yeah, task taking a little bit longer than I thought, but no, this is kind of how it is. That's life. I will, yeah, I'll leave it at that for today. So if you watched all the way until the end of the VOD, because I'm pretty sure there's nobody here as usual, then yeah, I thank you for watching all the way to the end. Yeah, not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. I don't know how to maintain smooth streaming. I don't know how to do that. It's just... my internet probably sucks. Not too much I can do about that, I think. At least for now. Anyway, see you.